Hello everybody, in this video we will speak about the seventh group of Bach flower essences about overcare for welfare of others. 5 remedies belong to this group: Chicory, Vervain, Vine, Beech and Rock Water. And they have all some aspect of invasivity. They are invasive towards others or towards themselves. They want to control the other people or themselves or command. And let's start with Chicory. Chicory has invasive love, smother love. They want to control loved persons. They want to keep them near, and they, for example, ask without help without asking, give advices, try to command other people, and are manipulative or may use emotional extortion. I have done so much for you and you are so ungrateful. You cannot leave me alone when I am so ill, or me poor. And underneath there is a fear of being abandoned. So they try to manipulate the other people to be with them. And we can compare Chicory with Heather. Heather is also talkative and desires to be the center of attention. The difference is that Heather doesn't pay much attention with whom he speaks or with whom he is. Chicory wants to be with her family members or friends. Red Chestnut is selfless. That is the difference. Chicory is in fact quite selfish. And Red Chestnut has a selfless fear for dear persons. When Red Chestnut knows that their loved person has some fun, enjoys the presence of other people, he is quite happy. But Chicory may feel some embitterment because she would like to have this dear person near. Vine is also dominating or dictatorial, but it is much more about power. And Vine uses power directly, doesn't use some extortion. Beech is overcritical, fault-finding. Chicory can also be fault-finding and critical, as often is, but Beech is still more like a judge that always finds some fault. Scaranthus has a changeable mood and cannot decide between two options and changes often his opinion. And Chicory has also a changeable mood, but it is a sort of an emotional extortion, like, oh, I won't go with you because you are so ugly to me. Okay, I will go with you. No, I won't go with you. Vervain. Che Guevara. Che Guevara or Vervain has invasive ideas. They have fixed principles and views of life, what's right and what's wrong, and they do not change it frequently. They also try to convince the other people about their truth. They may be quite zealous, even fanatic, to convince the other people. They like, for example, to discuss in a pub with the other people about politics. When they come to the doctor, they may have quite fixed views about what's healthy and what is not. And they may even try to convince the doctor that they are right. And they may feel exasperated and complaining because somebody else breaks these principles and rules. And they may become easily rebellious against family, political system, recommendations of doctors. They are often bad patients. And there is a hidden fear of losing freedom. That is why Che Guevara, who fought for freedom, but finally he created a dictatorial regime. And we can compare Vervain with below, embittered because of injustice or bad faith, complaining. The difference is that Willow is embittered because of his personal fate or injustice. Vervain would fight for the other people also because it's some principle that is violated. And Vine is dictatorial and domineering, and he abuses some principles, some ideology, for example, but he wants to control the others, and this ideology is only a tool for doing that. Beech is overcritical and intolerant, has black and white views, and he may become an extremist. And Oak has a strong will, and in disease, for example, Oak struggles a lot to overcome the problem, and Vervain also struggles a lot because he has firm principles he wants to fulfill in spite of physical complaint. Vine. He is a boss of mafia, and also some dictators can be an example of Vine, and there is invasive power, and they want to control the other people. They are domineering and dictatorial, and they become unfeeling and cruel. Their motto is the end justifies the means. Vine people often believe that there are different moral criteria for them and for the other people. For example, they may say that people should be faithful, but they may have many lovers, or they may say that people shouldn't steal things, but they steal things or they are corrupt. It is because they believe that they are noble, that they are more important than the other people. That is why usual rules and principles and laws do not apply to them. And when they are ill, they have a tendency to command healthcare practitioners. They may ask the best healthcare. They ask to be treated by a professor, for example. When their demands aren't fulfilled, they threaten with lawyers or with his connections. And underneath, there is a hidden fear of being powerless. And we can compare Vine with Vervain, that has fixed principles and is enthusiastic and may become even fanatic and rebellious. And Beech, that is critical and intolerant and has black and white views. And Holly, there's difference. Both can be revengeful and feel hate, but Holly is very temperamental and emotional, but Vine is cold and distant. Beech, here is a judge, and they are in fact judges, unofficial judges in our lives, and they have invasive rules. And that is why they are hypercritical, because they believe that there are some rules that are valid for all people. And ironic, sarcastic, and they see minor mistake in the other people, but huge mistake in themselves they oversee, neglect. And sometimes, because this intolerance is something they know does problems to them, and they need to cooperate with the other people to live in the company, in the society, they may hide their extreme opinions behind a tolerant mask. And they have black and white views, what's good and bad, and there is nothing in between. And they often judge people according to some superficial mark, like color of skin, sex, age, appearance, an earring in men, for example, tattoo. Children are often excluded from the group of schoolmates and are bullied because of telling tales. And there is a hidden fear of being criticized. And we can compare Beech with Vine, again, dictatorial, domineering, it's invasive power. Vervain, that is about fixed principles and is enthusiastic and even fanatic and rebels against society. and its invasive ideas, invasive principles, and willow that is embittered because of injustice, but it is private matter. And Chicory is about smother love, and he wants to control his dear persons and is manipulative and uses emotional extortion. And rock water, the last remedy, that is different from the four other remedies, because he is invasive towards himself. And another difference is that it is the only remedy that doesn't contain flour. It's made from mineral water only. And if you imagine such a water, it's in fact a mineral, because when it's cold enough, it becomes a crystal. So there is some rigidness in its structure. And he has rigid views of what healthy is, or how the therapy should be, and he usually denies himself some joys and pleasures, and he is ascetic because he believes that this ascetic regime may help him to remain healthy. They may deny food, sleep, sex. He may torture his body by strenuous exercises, meditations, diets, sleep deprivation, and they also often want to grow spiritually. They may become gurus or some spiritual leaders, because they want also to become good examples for the other people. And in fact, underneath there is a fear of disease and death. And we can compare water with crabapple, that pays a lot of attention to external appearance, to healthy diets, wants to purify the body. Vervain, that has fixed ideas and sometimes also about health and diets. And oak, that has also a strong will and ignores his needs of his body. So, still once, Chicory is about invasive love, smother love. They want to keep their family members near and may use even emotional extortion to that. Vervain has invasive opinions, has fixed ideas and principles, and tries to convert the other people, maybe enthusiastic, even fanatic. Beech has invasive rules and is overcritical, fault-finding, ironic, sarcastic, and may hide his extreme views by a false tolerance, by mask of a false tolerance. Vine is about invasive power, is domineering, dictatorial, and tries to control the other people, and is insensitive and cruel. The end justifies the means. And finally, Rockwater is strict and invasive towards himself. He is ascetic, maintains strict diets, exercise, sports, refuses all the pleasures, and hopes he will grow spiritually and will be healthy. So, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And in the next video, we will speak about the crisis essence.